Alright everyone, the new raid exotic rocket launcher Eyes of Tomorrow is crazier than a New Year's fireworks show, but we're here to turn it into more than just a firecracker with this awesome build. So if you want to blow literally everything into oblivion, you're in the right place. Subscribe if you're new, hit like too, and let's get into it. Eyes of Tomorrow is the exotic love child of Truth and Galahorn, and I know everybody would love the fabled G-Horn to return, but what if I told you this one is better? This rocket launcher is a rare and random drop chance from defeating Taniks the Abomination in the Deepstone Crypt raid. It comes with the perk Eyes on All, whereby when aiming this weapon it can lock onto multiple targets and fires several tracking rockets simultaneously. It also has adaptive ordnance, which increases the damage output of the weapon by 50% on the next volley when you kill 4 or more enemies with it. It's truly insane and can absolutely dominate in the right hands, so we're going to turn your hands into the right ones and max out its damage potential. First, let's get into the basics. You can track up to 6 enemies per volley. Simply aim down sights at an enemy and this will add a tracking beacon to them which stays on them even when you stop aiming. The tracker will stay on the target for 5 seconds, allowing you to roam around and try to get as many targets as possible before you have to reacquire targets again. You don't have to aim down sights to fire the tracking rockets to the targets either, and the best way is to fire somewhat skywards to allow for the best possible target acquisition by the rockets. You can do multiple things to buff the damage output even further on a more regular basis, and for this you want to use both Charge with Light and Warmind Cell mods. Argent Ordnance is the first mod that comes to mind and it's a great shout. This Charge with Light mod will buff damage by 20% with the Godslayer Warheads buff when charged with light, and you can stack this mod up to 4 times, allowing for a maximum 35% buff on top of the exotic perk too. You could simply pair this with Blast Radius and you'd be set to self-proc Charge with Light by just using Eyes of Tomorrow itself. But I don't think this is the best way to use this exotic. Wrath of Rasputin is where you want to go, as this Warmind Cell mod will allow this exotic to create Warmind Cells, and with its ability to track multiple targets, you're pretty much guaranteed to produce one every single time. Pair this with Incinerating Light and you'll not only produce Warmind Cells, but you can blow them up simultaneously too, to become Charged with Light and benefit from the Argent Ordnance buff. Rage of the Warmind and Global Reach will allow you to maximise these explosions, so not only are you wrecking everything with Eyes of Tomorrow, but you're then clearing everything else up with the Warmind Cell. You'll definitely need to use Double Ammo Scavenger and Finder mods, which will get you to the max of 8 in the reserves quicker and more often. I found this build to be highly effective as I was able to benefit from both stacking buffs often whilst also generating regular heavy ammo from destroying enemies with the Warmind Cells. Alternatively, Power of Rasputin and Warmind's protection could work well, but this only offers a 10% buff as well as incoming damage resistance, which as you're blowing everything up quickly isn't really required. Both Ordnance buffs will stack with debuffs like Hunter's Tether Super or Divinity if you're running in a team 2 for even more damage. For Warlocks, you can enhance this build further with the Eye of Another World, because the more eyes the better. All in all, this build is insane and is on par with the Lament damage wise, but has less risk involved as you can absolutely map everything from so far away, so make sure to get into the raid as soon as you can to try and snag this one. Remember, if you're new and enjoyed this quick build, please consider subscribing and also give us a rating too. That's it for this one though, so on that and as always, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time.